My name is Peter Bradshaw. I work for the Guardian newspaper in London. I have the honour to be on the jury for the Golden Unicorn Awards. It's all about the old and the new, in a way. I'm always struck by there's a tendency that people say that there's a strain of darkness and melancholy in Russian cinema. I don't know whether that's true, whether there's any more melancholy in Russian cinema than anywhere else. There's a movie called Blockbuster in the competition where somebody uses the phrase, I hope I'm using this correctly, Ночь, темно, Russia, night, darkness, Russia. I associate night and darkness with England more than Russia.
Шаурму.
Уверена?
Да.
Слушай, ну извини, ну ты, пожалуйста, не обижайся. Я понимаю, напряженная ситуация, но мне очень в Москву надо.
It's very interesting. There are some very dark movies and very intimately painful and challenging movies, but there are also a number of movies which are much more mainstream, which I would say are kind of closer to being Hollywood movies in a way. There is a movie about one of the first cosmonauts. Which in a way is a film that a Hollywood director like Ron Howard might have wanted to direct that movie. And there's also what you might call a period or costume drama called Mathilde, starring the very interesting and very dynamic and challenging German actor Lars Heidinger.
Надеюсь, вы осознаете, что наши отношения не выйдут за пределы этой встречи.
Это вы никогда не сможете забыть меня.
And that's in a way that's a more conventional movie. That's a movie that I think European or Hollywood audiences could relate to. So there's a lot of different kind of stuff happening. If we gauge from this festival, there's a lot of different stuff happening. It's not just kind of Dostoevskian darkness. There's a bigger spread of ideas than that. The Russian cinema can tell audiences in Britain about what is happening in Russia that they're not going to see on the nightly news. People in Britain, they are rightly or wrongly kind of preoccupied with Vladimir Putin, etc., etc., etc. But it's not just about that. It's about the Russian people generally and their lives, which maybe aren't that different from our lives. And movies like what I think is a wonderful movie is Zvyagintsev's Loveless, which speaks to kind of spiritual pain and spiritual anguish and a kind of spiritual transcendence in a way that everybody can understand. It seems to me to be intensely Russian, but it's something that everybody can understand.
Так хочется быть счастливой.
Чё квёлый такой? Заболел?
Я не квёлый.
And it has a seriousness, a passionate moral seriousness that everybody, I think, could, or at any rate should, admire. It's somewhere where we can find something which is outside the run of what we see at the multiplex every day. We see the same old movies, the same old franchises, the same old superhero dramas, blah, 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 blah. A festival like this in London can offer the cinema-going public a choice, an alternative to just what they are getting all the time. Film festivals like this are very valuable because they are taking up the slack and offering people a chance to see something different.